Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of today's GK. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was, the Central Water Commission is attached with which of the following ministries? Ministry of Jal Shakti, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation, or Ministry of Water Resources? The correct answer is option A, Ministry of Jal Shakti. Recently, the Central Water Commission has released a report which is raising concerns about irrigation activities during the Rabi season and the availability of drinking water. The CWC is a premier technical organization of India in the field of water resources and is presently functioning as an attached office of the Ministry of Jal Shakti, Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Regeneration, Government of India. The Commission is entrusted with the general responsibilities of initiating, coordinating and furthering, in consultation of the state governments concerned, schemes for control, conservation and utilization of water resources throughout the country. The CWC is headed by a chairman with the status of ex officio secretary to the Government of India. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Now let's begin today's session. First question is, recently the term Guillain-Barre was in the news. It is related to rice variety, neurological disorder, satellite or folk dance. The correct answer is option B, neurological disorder. Recently, Peru declared a 90-day national health emergency after a massive spike in cases of a rare neurological disorder, the Guillain-Barre syndrome. The syndrome, as among the prolonged neurological issues known as long COVID complications, reported around the world following the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. GBS is a serious autoimmune disorder that attacks the peripheral nervous system and leads to weakness, tingling, and numbness initially in the limbs. The syndrome can affect the nerves that control muscle movement as well as those that transmit pain, temperature, and touch sensations. This can result in muscle weakness and loss of sensation in the legs and/or arms. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is, �K𝐒 language was recently seen in the news. It is associated with which of the following states? Odisha, Himachal Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh or Tripura? The correct answer is option A, Odisha. Recently, Odisha State Cabinet approved a proposal to recommend the inclusion of the �K𝐒 language in the 8th schedule of the Constitution of India. It will create an ecosystem to facilitate research and studies anchored around the preservation, promotion, and propagation of the �K𝐒 language. �K𝐒 language is a southeastern Dravidian language spoken by the Kandha community. In the Bodh plains, there are Khond who speak only Odia. Farther into the hills, the Khond are bilingual. In the remoter jungles, �K𝐒 alone is spoken. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding Mukurthi National Park. 1. Mukurthi National Park is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. 2. 𝐏𝐻𝐒 𝐏𝐻𝐫𝐻𝐻 is one of its keystone species. 3. The park preserves endangered species such as the Royal Bengal tiger and the Asian elephant. How many of the statements given above is or are correct? Only one, only two, all three, or none? The correct answer is option C, all three. Recently, the Tamil Nadu Forest Department stepped up vigil around Mukurthi National Park in Nilgiris to curb poaching. The Mukurthi National Park is a UNESCO World Heritage Site as a part of the Western Ghats. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The park was created with an intent to protect the 𝐏𝐻𝐒 𝐏𝐻𝐫𝐻, one of the keystone species found commonly in the Nilgiris and was previously known as the 𝐏𝐻𝐒 𝐏𝐻𝐫𝐻 National Park. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The park preserves endangered species such as the Royal Bengal tiger and the Asian elephant apart from the 𝐏𝐻𝐒 𝐏𝐻𝐫𝐻. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding brucellosis. 1. It is acquired by humans through direct contact with infected animals by eating or drinking contaminated animal products or by inhaling airborne agents. 2. Human-to-human transmission is very common. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, a 7-year-old student from Kadakkal in Kollam has tested positive for Brucellosis, a bacterial infection that spreads from animals to people. Brucellosis is a bacterial disease caused by various Brucella species which mainly infect cattle, swine, goats, sheep, and dogs. Humans generally acquire the disease through direct contact with infected animals, by eating or drinking contaminated animal products, or by inhaling airborne agents. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Brucella melitensis is the most prevalent species causing human brucellosis, owing in part to difficulties in immunizing free-ranging goats and sheep. But human-to-human transmission is very rare. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is Kar Puja is associated with which of the following states? Madhya Pradesh, Tripura, Meghalaya, or Odisha? The correct answer is option B, Tripura. Recently, the Prime Minister greeted people on the occasion of Kar Puja. The Kar Puja is celebrated in Tripura. The Kar Puja is held 7 days after another centuries-old festivity, 𝐏𝐤𝐒 Puja, which worships 14 deities simultaneously in the erstwhile princely state's previous capital Puran Haveli, 7 km north of Agartala. Also held in few other northeastern states as well as in the Chittagong Hill Tracts in Bangladesh. It is an annual festival organized by the indigenous tribal population consisting of intricate, time-honored rituals is aimed at the well-being of the people and for warding off evil spirits. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is consider the following statements regarding Delimitation Commission. 1. In India, Delimitation Commission have been constituted 4 times. 2. Its orders have the force of law and cannot be called into question before any court. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, the Supreme Court disagreed with the legal stand of the Election Commission of India and ordered that it can only begin the delimitation process in Manipur, Assam, Nagaland, and Arunachal Pradesh after only getting an authorization from the center. Delimitation literally means the act or process of fixing limits or boundaries of territorial constituencies in a country or a province having a legislative body. In India, such delimitation commissions have been constituted 4 times. In 1952 under the Delimitation Commission Act 1952, in 1963 under Delimitation Commission Act 1962, in 1973 under Delimitation Act 1972, and in 2002 under Delimitation Act 2002. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The Delimitation Commission in India is a high power body whose orders have the force of law and cannot be called in question before any court. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is recently the Multidimensional Poverty Index was released by which of the following? World Economic Forum, United Nations Development Programme, Oxfam International, or World Bank? The correct answer is option B, United Nations Development Programme. Recently, the latest update of the Global Multidimensional Poverty Index was released by the United Nations Development Programme, that is UNDP, and the Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative, that is OPHI, at the University of Oxford. The report stated that 25 countries, including India, successfully halved their global MPI values within 15 years, showing that rapid progress is attainable. These countries include Cambodia, China, Congo, Honduras, India, Indonesia, Morocco, Serbia, and Vietnam. According to the report, people who are multidimensionally poor and deprived under the nutrition indicator in India declined from 44.3% in 2005, 2006 to 11.8% in 2019 to 2021, and child mortality rate fell from 4.5% to 1.5%. According to the 2023 release, 1.1 billion out of 6.1 billion people, just more than 18%, live in acute multidimensional poverty across 110 countries. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is sometimes seen in the news. The CPGRAMS portal is an initiative of which of the following? Ministry of Personal Public Grievances and Pensions, Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Planning, or Ministry of Information and Broadcasting? The correct answer is option A, Ministry of Personal Public Grievances and Pensions. Recently, the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances released the Centralized Public Grievance Redressal and Monitoring System, that is CPGRAMS, monthly report for June 2023. It provides a detailed analysis of types and categories of public grievances and the nature of disposal. This is the 14th report on central ministries published by DARPG. CPGRAMS is an online platform available to the citizens 24/7 to lodge their grievances to the public authorities on any subject related to service delivery. It is a single portal managed by the Ministry of Personal, Public Grievances and Pensions, connected to all the ministries and departments of Government of India and states. Every ministry and states have role-based access to this system. It is also accessible to the citizens through standalone mobile application downloadable through Google Play Store and mobile application integrated with Umang. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, recently the Scalp long-range cruise missile was seen in the news. It is developed by USA and France, United Kingdom and Germany, France and United Kingdom, or Russia and Belarus. The correct answer is option C, France and United Kingdom. Recently, France has made a delivery of a number of Scalp long-range cruise missiles to Ukraine. The Scalp is an air-launched British-French missile known to UK forces as the Storm Shadow and the longest-range Western weapon in Ukraine. The Scalp or Storm Shadow has a range of 250 kilometers. It was designed to be fired from Western fighters like France Rafale or the British Typhoon, but Ukraine will modify its Soviet-designed MiG jets to accept the weapon. The missile has been built by European manufacturer MBDA Missile Systems. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Last question is, consider the following statements regarding the term gas flaring sometimes seen in the news. 1. It refers to the combustion of associated gas generated during landfill gas extraction only. 2. The black carbon or soot is a pollutant released by gas flares. 3. It allows operators to depressurize their equipment and manage unpredictable and large pressure variations by burning any excess gas. How many of the statements given above is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, only 3, or none. The correct answer is option B, only 2. Recently, India has initiated exploratory talks with Iraq to assess the possibility of building facilities to liquefy natural gas that is flared at the West Asian countries' oil and gas facilities and transporting it as liquefied natural gas to India. The gas flaring refers to the combustion of associated gas generated during various processes, including oil and gas recovery, CBM production, petrochemical process, and landfill gas extraction. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The black carbon, which is more commonly known as soot, is another pollutant sometimes released by gas flares. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The gas flaring allows operators to depressurize their equipment and manage unpredictable and large pressure variations by burning any excess gas. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Now it's time for the practice question. Recently seen in the news, the Global Biofuels Alliance is an initiative of which of the following? Japan, USA, Germany, or India? Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.